I have an ISSA certification. And I think you'd like to see how I evaluate shears for the International Scissor Sharpeners Association. I'm also going to share with you why someone didn't do the certification. So let's get down to this. So the International Scissor Sharpeners Association, I've talked about this before. It's a simple evaluation. Can you convex a convex? Can you bevel a bevel? Do they cut? Do they cut wet tissue, which tells me if all the nicks and burrs are gone? And does it cut hair without pushing, which is the real test? Then I'll give you some attaboys for if it looks good, you know, really nice and polished. And I just this week had two really great guys we had here at Atlanta for training. Hey, you want to come for training? It is 74 degrees today in December. Now it's not always this warm, but it's been really nice weather. And we had Calvin from Puerto Rico, who just couldn't get over the colors and the trees and how, you know, nice and brisk the weather was to him. And then we had Todd from Calgary, Canada, and he just couldn't get over how nice and warm it was. And you know, we took him to some southern cooking, you know, fried green tomatoes and you know, southern meatloaf and some southern cooking, barbecue, of course. And they had some comments, and I think you'll enjoy Todd's comments about why he waited to do his ISSA certification. So here's what Todd had to say.
I'm Todd Banco. I'm from Calgary, Alberta. I just finished up my sharpening training with Bonnie, and to tell you the truth, I thought about doing the ISSA certification and just doing it on my own, but after coming here, it's a world of difference to try to do the training in person rather than trying to figure it out on my own. And the manual that we did for the training session was a world of difference, and being able to answer the questions rather than trying to figure it out on my own and going back and forth with the ISSA certification was a world of difference. And I can't express how important the in-person training is compared to just doing the certification.
Yeah, and he said it all. Like I would add that it's an amazing experience. 2 months ago, I didn't know anything about scissors or sharpening, and I feel very inspired and very happy to be here. Thank you, Bonnie, for everything. Like really, I wish you the happiness, everything, success, everything, because you really, really deserve, guys. Really, thank you so much for everything. He said it all, so that's it.
But he didn't say who you are and where you're from.
My name is Calvin Sepulveda from Puerto Rico, and that's it. That's all.
Thank you.
Well, y'all have a safe flight back.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
And take care.
I will let you know about the shears and how they go and everything there.
And pedal fast when you get on the plane, because you
Exactly.
don't want it to go down, you know.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you next year in the Sharpened jump.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, this one is from up north, up in Washington. So I know it's not 74 degrees in Washington, but let's take a look and see what Washington has done with these shears. And we give a written test. Now, Calvin and Todd both did the written test while they were here, so we could go over some things. Calvin was very analytical and had questions and suggestions he had. So I may do some tweaking of our little cheat sheet from some of the input from Todd. I really enjoyed having both of these guys. So different. I'm going to take a second to look over this. So, okay, he's got everything right. If you want to know what the questions are and what even the answers are before you even take the test, I'll refer you back to some of my other videos. I'll try to remember to put a link up here for you, or it's a link here. I don't know, but I do know I only have a short window of time today that Misty's here to answer the phone and I can look at these shears. So I'm going to pull them both out. And what I do, without doing any adjusting to them, without doing any playing with the screw, is I cut tissue with them first. Yep, toilet tissue. This is not just any old toilet tissue, but this is the, as one of my sharpeners called it, the John Wayne toilet tissue, because it's tough and doesn't take you know what off of anybody. It's the Dollar Tree see-through toilet tissue. So the good toilet tissue doesn't give you the same test. So let's take a look and see what we've got going here. Now this is the beveled edge, and it's just a basic beveled edge. I'm pulling my thumb out, and I'm going to use the least pressure possible and close it slow. Cut fine. That's dry. Pulling it out, least pressure possible. And a lot of people have trouble with this. The trick is to have this blade straight up and down. So I'm leaning, and it cut dry. Let's see if it cuts wet. I wet it. It's not dripping wet, but it's wet all the way. Okay, dry. I think it needs a little bit more water right in here. Do you see that? Okay. Cut dry. Cut wet. And cut wet. Let's see how this one cuts. I might turn this backwards like this. And you see how I'm bringing this straight up? Like this. I'm holding it like this. And it cuts wet. Okay, let's see how it cuts hair. Here's my mannequin. You don't need a whole mannequin to cut hair with. This is Charlotte. We sell these gel mannequins. But let's see how it cuts hair. Beveled edge. Nice crisp cut. You see that? No pushing. And then this one. Slight push in the middle, but all of them do. But nice crisp cut at the tip. So these passed my cut test. Now we want to look at how convexy this one looks and how bevelly that one looks. I think I need some coffee this morning. Alright, so now I want to look at the actual edge and see what it looks like. I ran out of my Magna wands yesterday, and so I sent one of mine to the Todd from Canada, wanted a Magna wand. So he took mine. I have some more coming in. But I'm using the old-fashioned magnifier. Yeah, you can see that edge there. You see it's a nice consistent angle. Looks good. Inside, looking to see if there's anything crazy going on. It's adjusted right because these little plastic handle ones are supposed to be adjusted tight, so it's adjusted right. That one passes. This one. So what I'm looking at here, I see a couple of flaws in it, but it cut, so it's going to pass. But we want to see what it could have been improved. And it looks pretty convexy. I'm seeing some weirdness on the rod line. And And I mean, it's a little bit scratchy. I mean, I've seen better polish, but that's not bad. I don't think any customer would complain. I would have probably wiped them off a little bit more right in here. There's some kind of debris. And that ride line is not really shiny and pristine. Let me see if you can see what I'm talking about. And then the ride line on this one looks like that tip kind of stripped out a little bit. Let's see if you can see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, you can see that. You see how that tip is on both sides here? And it could be that one's a little bit out of alignment. And that was what he needed to do to get it to cut, which is a real possibility there because it does look like there's a little bend in it. So he passes, and he passes with an A. I won't give him an A+ because I've seen prettier looking ones. But he's convex to convex, he's bevel to bevel. They cut wet, they cut dry, and they cut hair. There's a new ISSA certified sharpener in Washington State. Good going. I like these. If you think you can pass the ISSA, go ahead and try it. I really, suggest, like what Todd said, if you haven't had training, if you're just trying to learn off my videos and other videos, it's so different in getting the hands-on training. When Todd was here, I was kind of surprised, how much he already knew just from watching the videos. And I was, wondering, did he really, does he really feel like he's getting his money's worth? And he made me feel very honored, I guess, by his comments when he left. So, I love to teach, and we can do it online, but in person is always better. And 74 degrees today in Atlanta. Not always, but Atlanta's a fun place to come to. And plan the last of April, that last week. I'll be giving you more details on it. Will be our in-person Sharpeners Jam. We'll have it online, and we'll also have some hands-on classes, not just by me, but I'll have other educators coming in. So you don't want to miss that. So go ahead and mark that out for your vacation week. So these pass. Good going.